still trying to find a way how to stand out, how to be different. Have you got like any advice on maybe how to approach it or how to find, competitive advantage?
Yes, I think it's great to look for inspiration in others, but I also think in it today it can be tricky because let's be honest, everything has been invented. And as of right now, what I would say is if you don't have an inspiration in your head, don't look for a trend because if there is a trend, there's already people at the very top using the trend in their favor. So, what can you maybe create that's, I don't want to say the opposite, but that differs from that? So, when I started posting, the funny thing is that I felt like, okay, I'm going to look what everyone's posting about and how they're formatting it. And I guess because it's working, I'll do it too.
Hmm?
Nothing. Like it's, the first day you're like, oh, what is people going to think of me? Well, people are not going to see it. People are not going to find you. So you're okay.
Mhm.
So it was one day that I said, you know what? I use this all the time in Canva all the time. So I'm just going to post about it. And I did. And it was the first day that I was like, oh, I'm tired of looking at what people post and whatever. I'm just going to post this. Let's see what happens. The fourth time of me doing that, that post actually got very high engagement. And that told me something. It said, okay, maybe I should post about what I think it's helpful, what I think it's useful on my everyday. It could be an educational post. It could be just a critique post about something, but you definitely have why you're doing it. Like, are you using a tool that you think it's outdated? Are you using a tool that you think is not giving you enough, but maybe there's a competition that is? Talk about it.
Mhm.
Do something that you feel you mastered, you have a point, and share it. It's I wouldn't be looking for trends. I wouldn't be looking for really inspirations, but I would be looking at, okay, pause, look at yourself in the mirror, and what do you do every day? What tools do you use every day that someone might not know about? Maybe they know about the tools, but maybe you use it in a certain way that can be helpful for others. Start by talking about that. And one idea usually leads to another. So don't get ahead of your game. Go one
Mhm.
post at a time and study them too.
I think really well explained, and I agree. The best way how to find out is after to try, see if it works. If it doesn't work, just try something else. And as
Yeah.
you really well said, if you post about something that you, for example, use every day or regularly, I think it's also just much easier to put it out there because you got
Yeah.
some kind of expertise, some experience, and maybe you don't have to struggle with, some imposter syndrome or judging yourself what people are going to think.
Yeah. And you're going to post a lot more confidently.
Mhm. And a great example, as you mentioned, Canva. I use it too. I like it as well. And I'm not a professional designer, but because I use it frequently, sometimes I feel like that I know it quite well. But then I see
Mhm.
posts from people who share like a tips or maybe some ways in which people might not be using Canva in, whether it's from you or someone else. And then I'm like, oh, wow, actually, I didn't know this. It's pretty cool. It's very helpful.
Yeah. One tool is crazy how, well, you see an apple and it has 360-degree skin around it, but maybe the angle that you're looking at the apple, it has a little brown dot, but from my side, it's all
That's true.
yellow. So everyone's going to look at or use the same tool differently. So I
Mhm.
think there's always something to learn from everyone, even if it's, hey, you know what? We actually built the same thing. And I actually did a long time ago when Adam was posting consistently. He's back though. I'm happy about
I
that.
noticed. Yes, yes.
I'm gonna shout out him, please. He's great.
I like him too. I mean,
We both posted about the same final result. And it was funny because I posted on how to achieve that result in one way, and he did in a very different way. So I was mind blown by his, and he was mind blown by mine. I was like, but we did the same thing with the same app in a very different way.
yeah.
So I think everyone has a good, if they can, if they've been using it and it works for them, everyone has a new angle